So everyone, welcome or welcome back, as the case may be, to Pilates for our summer sessions. And we're going to start, as you can see, with the roller lengthways down the midline of your mat. And then you just want to be sure that, yes, if you have yoga mats, make sure you layer them up so 2 or 3 underneath your spine. And we're just going to sit near the end of it. And go ahead and your way back. Be sure that both your tailbone is on the surface of the roller, as well as your head. You definitely don't want to be hanging off at either end. And here, just have your feet about 4 to 5 inches apart with your feet slightly in front of your knees. Toes spread into the ground. And as you're here, you feel a little arch in your mid-back. Shoulder blades hug the roller, and we'll bring the arms outstretched to the side. Back of the hands to the floor, palms up. And you can just rock a little bit from side to side to start a little bit of a massage here and a chest opening for your body. If you want to take a ball between your thighs, that'll help you engage the inside line of your legs and also feel the inside edges of your feet connecting into the ground to help you hold your balance here on the roller. But first, we're kind of playing with balance a little bit as we curve the spine around the roller, dropping the hip and the armpit to one side of the roller and then to the other side. Imagine your body curved like a saddle on top of a horse or a pony. And just drape here and feel that nice massage going across your sacrum, between your shoulder blades, and at the back of your skull. All of these are places where we tend to hold tension and stress. We're trying to release some of that out of your body so it can release out of your life. And then we'll come back to center. We're going to feel equal weight in your feet, inside, outside, front and back. And now we lift the arms up in a gentle embrace. You pull the arms up in a curve, hugging the air in, like hugging a ball over your body, and then exhale, slowly think of that ball expanding so the arms get pushed to the side and down to the ground. So inhale all the way up, breathe in deeply, feel the lungs expand. And exhale as you pull the arms open. It's like you're pulling 2 magnets apart. Come down slowly, resisting gravity, going a little slower than gravity wants to pull your arms to the floor. Same thing on the inhale. You come up slower than maybe you would like to, so you work against gravity. And resist momentum in both directions, on the way up and on the way down. Now, as the arms lift, you still are going to feel the shoulder blades heavy, as if even though they're moving apart away from the spine, they're still sinking towards the floor. And then as you pull the arms open, the blades sink a little closer to the ground and come up closer to each other to hug the roller between them. So feel that. This is one of the great things about being on the roller, is you become really aware of your back. We tend to be less aware of it since we don't see it, every day. So let's lift once more. And exhale and drag the arms open slowly and down. Excuse me. Now lift the arms straight up to the sky, point the fingers to the ceiling, and just exhale to let the collarbones open and the blades relax. Now as you inhale, pull the hands up as close as you can to the ceiling, reach up to your fingertips. The blades move off the roller, and exhale, melt the blades down. In a slow movement, full exhale to lower just this couple of inches, and inhale as you shrug up. The collarbones stop up at their edges, the sternum is heavy, and then as you pull the blades down, the collarbones broaden here like a smile across your chest. And we inhale to lift the arms up, shrug the shoulders, reach them forward, and exhale and release them down again. And we rise here on the inhale. The blades pull up, you're curving your upper back, you're stretching the upper back, and then releasing down to stretch the chest. Once more, inhale to rise. And exhale to sink. So hug the ball between your thighs if you're holding it. And now we inhale to turn the palms forward, and exhale to lengthen the arms down at your side. Reach long through the fingertips to the end of your mat. Now inhale, the arms rise up, 2 arms in parallel, in unison. Go to the top of the ceiling, and exhale, bring the arms back by your ears. Just hold your ribs down so that you're not overarching your spine. Feel that stretch in the armpit, in your lap, and then bring the arm forward, and exhale all the way forward and down. That is both arms. Reach long here, and again, we slide the arms up through the air, push the air aside, and then exhale, reach the arms back. Feel that length, that stretch to the fingers, all the way down to your tailbone. Feet nice and solidly blended, sinking into the ground, and exhale all the way forward and down with the arms. The arms lift on the inhale and exhale to fall back by your ears. Take them as wide as you need to. Really stretch the fingers within the palms. And then reversing the direction, the arms go up to the sky, and then exhale all the way down onto your mat. Shrug the shoulders away from your ears. Now from here, we'll bend the elbows, take your hands to the top of your shoulders, and pull the elbows in close to your waist. Small circles, we're lifting the elbows up. Exhale out wide around in a circle and down. Scooping the air with the inside of the arm as they rise. And then pull the elbows out wide, rotating the inside of the arm down, and then spiraling the arms forward and up again. There's a circular action of the upper arm bone on the joint surface here, as you draw a perfect circle on each side of your body with your elbows. We continue one breath, an inhale and an exhale for every circle that you draw here. Yes, that's actually every 2 circles that you draw here. And one more time, draw yourself steady through the inner edges of your feet, the inner thighs hugging the ball. Not tense, but engaged. And then let's reverse. The elbows go down and wide as we go back. Pick them up, forward, and in as they come forward. A shorter inhale and a longer exhale is always a good plan to find relaxation and release in your body. Affects our vagus nerve so that the body slows down into a sense of calm. So here, with every circle, the shorter the inhale, the longer the exhale. Within reason, you'll start to feel your body relax and just calmly drape here over the roller. Being nice and steady with your feet, holding your body quiet on this mobile surface. So now we come forward with the arms all the way, lengthen the arms down at your side, parallel to the roller, and we do full arm circles. So the arms go up and then back, reach them behind you in a hallelujah position, and we circle wide and around. Trace your snow angel wings here. Take the edge of the hand to the roller, and then we rotate the arm to turn the palms down. Lift again, and all the way up and back, the arms in unison and parallel. Exhale, circle around. Reach out through your fingertips, really feel the air around you as you cut through it, and then turn the palms down at the edge. We reach again, up to the sky and back by your ears, and exhale. As the arms cut through the air forward, try to think of your head floating back away from the arms, lengthen your neck. And when we're in this direction, on the back, reach. And then exhale to circle wide around and forward here. And now we're going to turn the palms down and then turn them up and reverse the circles. You go out to the side, the arms will lift a little higher off the ground as they get past the height of your shoulders. Exhale, push the arms forward in parallel. Get your fingertips to touch the mat. Down past the roller, and then circle again. Big sweeps, generous movements of the arms. Exhale and dive the arms forward. That pressing through the air helps push the air out of your lungs. Palms up and circle back. Reach behind you and exhale and dive the arms forward and down. The belly sinking as the breath leaves the body. One more time. Inhale. The breath fills the lungs. The belly will expand, and then exhale. Navel draws to the spine as you empty the air out of your lungs. One last one here. So we'll bring the thumbs together, the index fingers together, arms in the shape of a diamond arms above you. And you lightly press the hands into each other to firm up the inside of the arms. Now as we inhale, go back with the arms overhead, frame your face like a picture. And then exhale, bring the arms forward. Bring the hands down, put the hands over the belly. Bring the arms up and back. There's your inhale, and exhale to move in the opposite direction. Breathe out through the mouth. Let's hear the breath as well as feel it. So you breathe in, float the arms back, the shoulders slide towards your hips as the arms go back, and then exhale and the blades sink to the ground as the arms lift and then go forward. One more of these. The collarbones are literally rotating inside your chest wall to bring the arms back. They spin backwards, and then the collarbones spin forward as you bring the arms forward and down. Very good. Take the ball out from between your legs if you're holding one. And then we're sliding up the roller. Just slid it off. And now we're bringing the roller behind us, right? So it's gonna cross the mat and then you'll lean on it with the roller right sort of at the base of the shoulders. Okay, so coming back here, your body in a scoop, knees bent, feet about 4 to 5 inches apart, comfortable distance in front of your knees. That's good. And adjust it if you need to, bring your hands behind your head. You can interlace the fingers or just overlap them. Now from here, we keep the hips down, you're up and forward, curl the tail up as you pull the waistline down, pull the elbows slightly in as you look down at your navel. And then we're going to look up at the ceiling and back behind. So let the head fall into your hands, open the elbows wide, let the head fall back and get a lovely stretch in your throat. The tail drops towards the floor to end up in extension at both ends of your spine. Extension just means you're coming backwards, right? So now we inhale, tip the head forward, chin to chest, pull the elbows slightly forward and in. You lift the head up, you sink the waist down. You go into a C curve here with your spine and flexion. That's good. And then inhale, take it back again. So just be sure the roller's at the right spot. You'll feel it roll under you, but you want it in a place where you feel like you're really supported in the curve of your spine. If it feels like it's too much curve, you want to bring the roller up higher towards your shoulders. If it's not enough curve, bring the roller a little closer towards your waist. Your body will tell you what's right. So we're going to arch back on the inhale. Typically in Pilates, we inhale into extension, which this is, and then we exhale into flexion, which is this. Perfect. And one more time, inhale to arch back. Open the chest, stretch the throat, let the head be heavy, but still supported. And exhale, tip the head up. Really use your hands, use your arms to support that weight of the head and the neck. Come forward, let's so. Now from here, we're keeping the hips rounded, and you'll twist to your right, picking up the left shoulder blade. Getting a lot of rotation here through your spine, and exhale back to center. Inhale to spin to your left. Next, we're trying to release some of the tension out of that upper back, the area between the blades. Go over to the right, the left hip sits a little heavier into the ground. And as we twist to the left, think of pushing some weight into the right hip bone here. Just one more time. Inhale over, twist right. Exhale back to center. And last one here, twisting to your left. Come back to center. Maybe the feet pull in a little closer, might need to. Maybe not, but we're going to still support the head. Pick your hips up using the hamstrings and the glutes. And we're just going to roll back and forth. So you can push away from your feet to go back just to the base of the rib cage. And then as you pull the knees forward, you're going to roll to the top of the shoulders, but not onto the neck. And now we can add flexion. As you push off away from your feet, you're going to curl the head up, what we call an upper up curl, beneath here through the chest wall. And then as you go forward with the knees, drop your head, push the butt up, use those glutes, head hangs back behind you, and then we could curl up again into flexion as we push away from our legs. And then pull. Feel that nice massage. If you get confused by the flexion extension of this exercise, just keep your body in a plank. But the flexion extension gives you a deeper massage into your back. Now the tendency is to get further and further away from your feet because our quads at the front of our thighs are stronger at pushing than the hamstrings are at pulling. So you may need to walk your feet back a little bit as you notice the distance between the roller and your feet keeps increasing. All right, and then we can come back sort of to neutral and lower the hips down. And we're coming up to sitting again. Good work. Everyone feel a little bit better and more open? Nice. So next we'll take the roller across under our hips. So you lay down onto your back. Ball between your tail and the heel. Shoulder bridge up, push your feet down, lift the butt up, and roll the roller in so it's across the sacrum, sort of at the widest part of your hips. And your head, hold the roller in position. From here, pull the right knee in as you inhale, exhale, pull the left leg in, and holding the roller steady, you inhale to let the knees tip over to the right and you turn your head to the left. Knees are bent and together, paired up. And then exhale, pull yourself back from your core, from your oblique abdominals, bring the knees and the nose to the sky, and then the knees tip over to the left as you turn your head to the right. The right shoulder blade will stay grounded. This will open up your chest, as well as give you a nice rotation in your spine, including your neck. And then exhale, press into the roller as you come back to center, gaze and knees to the ceiling. And again, the knees flip over to the right. Look left, keep that left shoulder blade heavy. See how far you can twist and still keep the shoulder on the ground. And then exhale, press into the roller. Come across, massaging out that sacral area, and then tipping knees over to the left. You look again to the right. Right shoulder sinks into the floor like it's falling deep into quicksand here. Exhale to come back to center. And next, we lift the legs straight up to the ceiling. Soft point with your feet. Scissors will bring the right leg back over the shoulder and the left leg forward out over the mat. Just feel a stretch in the hamstring at the back of your right thigh. And then we're switching. Inhale to switch the legs. And exhale to switch again. So the legs stay in their own track, right? They're about 4 to 5 inches apart, in line with the hip joints. And as one goes forward, one goes back. Ideally, you're trying to feel the stretch in the back of the leg that's coming towards you and across the hip of the leg reaching away. Soft point for your feet. Don't grip the toes. Imagine some air force through them in their passage through space here. Just continue. Inhale for one sweep of the legs and exhale for the next one. Now we're going to bring both legs up to the ceiling and externally rotate the legs, which means you turn the knees out and the toes out with the heels connected at the top here. And then we'll inhale and pull the legs apart sideways to go into a side split. And then exhale, pull the upper thighs together to pull the heels together as the legs come up and close vertical position with the legs. So inhale, draw them open. Inner thigh stretch, I know you feel it. And exhale, lift to pull them together up to the top. Let's do that again. It might even help you to slightly push down into the arms as you pull the legs up. There's a little more engagement into the center of your body. And we reach them apart one more time. And exhale, and we'll lift them here. Now at this point, we'll leave the left leg straight up to the ceiling, still in external rotation, and bring the right leg out to the side while holding weight into the left side of the body, so don't let it tip. Reach out, you get a little bit more stretch on that right inner thigh, and exhale and drag it up. Notice that we're not rushing through this, we're not using a lot of momentum. You're focused here as much on your core stability as you are on the movement and stretch in the inner thigh. And then exhale and drag the leg up, try to lift to the center of the foot. Have you energize the leg so it has a little less weight and a little more energy running through it. Right leg out and the left leg stays vertical. It may want to tip over to the left, don't let that happen. Exhale, pull the right leg up. Take your time, close the space. And again, try to think about working these legs apart from the upper outer thigh and together from the upper inner thigh instead of moving from your heels. And just see if that feels different in your body, right? Where you put your attention is where you're going to feel the results and see the results. For the weight of the leg as you move it through the air, and one more time to the left, going out in an arc sideways. Right hip heavy, exhale, breathe out and pull the leg up. Take your time, lift it, for the work of every inch of those inner thighs working. And from here, legs in parallel, and we bend the knees in, and exhale, lower both feet to the ground with bent knees. Here, lift your hips and rotate the roller underneath you, adjust the position if it's slipped. These rollers like to roll, so we're trying to use the arms to hang onto them, but sometimes we get distracted in the movement, so you need to readjust. Now we'll just slide your right leg forward down the mat and feel that stretch across the right hip. If it's too much for your back, either double check the position of your roller, it should be on the sacrum, or bend the knee a little bit. You might just be really tight there from sitting a lot and not stretching. And if that feels comfortable, we can lift the right arm up to the ceiling and then take the arm back of the hand on the floor, arm by the wrist. And just breathe into the stretch of the right side of your body. Take an inhale to lengthen and exhale to relax and melt. The hip bone point on the right should be the highest point on that side of your body. Center your gaze up towards the ceiling, eyes soft. Just let everything around you come into the back of your eyes, resting there. You don't have to seek anything out, just let it come to you now. Now we'll bring the right arm back to the roller, slide the right foot back in, and now it's the left side. Gonna turn to the left leg goes forward, stretch it straight out of the hip. The heel is grounded, like you want to rest the leg there. If it's too much stretch, bend the knee as much as you need to, so you just get a healthy stretch across the top of the hip bone. And then we can bring the left arm up and back by your ear. To stretch that whole left side out, reach it long. And you breathe into the stretch. Once you're sure it's safe for your back. If your back is arching too much, bend the knee a little bit more. And give your muscles and the connective tissue a chance to reach and lengthen. So open up that left side. One more breath. Breathe in completely, nice and deep. Exhale and let the air just slide out of your throat, out of your lips, into the space around you. And now we can slide the right leg forward also. And the right arm also goes back. If it's too much, then drink some more, or go back to doing one side at a time. Opening up the front of your body, really stretching here. Breath in, exhale it out, belly sinks slowly towards the spine. And a final breath here to breathe in fully, completely. Exhale the air out of your lungs. Feel the body sink and relax wherever it's supported. Feel the weight of it into the ground. And then we can bring the arms forward to the roller, slide the feet back in. And I think here, pull the right knee in towards your chest. Embrace it in. I'll get to your body. We'll switch the legs. Right leg down, left knee in. Gives you almost like half of a child's pose here. And then when you lower that foot down, you can push through the ground with your feet, lift your hips up, take the roller out. So just push the roller to the side. And come on up to sit it. Okay. So my newer clients here today, have you done Pilates before? Yeah. That's good. You get your chest today. That's perfect. So I'm just going to review going back into what we call an upper up curl. So you're going to sit here, sit upright on your sit bones, knees bent, heels are grounded, toes are a little off the floor. And taking your hands to the back of your thighs, elbows go wide and forward to sort of broaden your back. Now look down and curl the tail up. So we're rotating the pelvis back and underneath the femurs here, the top of the thigh bones. And we're going to slowly roll back a little bit at a time. So imagine your tail being pulled forward and up across the room and up to the ceiling. So you roll yourself down slowly, go down past the sits bones onto your sacrum, and then down to the hips, the waist, the beginning of the ribs, maybe the back of the brow line. And you're here, this is what we call an upper up curl position. So your head is lifted, you feel that work in your upper abdominals, and from here we're lifting to come up again. So hands to the back of your legs, stick your heels into the floor, curve to come up, rounding the spine, and they sit up tall. If it's been a while since anyone's done this, you could also do this with a hairband around your feet, like so, and this will be more supportive. So that version would be taking the band around the balls of the feet, hold on tight, and then you sit upright, elbows back, chest wide here. You would have a little arch in your mid-back as you sit right up on your sits bones. And now we curve that spine by looking down, think of an upper up curl, the sternum dives towards the navel, the tail pulls up, and you round the back as much as you can to lay it back a little bit at a time into the ground. And here, the band will help support the weight of your body, go down so that your head is lifted as vertically as possible. You feel a deep work in your upper abdominals, And then we lift the head, exhale, and come up. We're doing now what's called a roll back. And then you sit all the way up here, nice and tall. Now, for those of my people here and on screen, you know, watching the YouTube channel, they can also do this hands-free. Depends on where you are in your practice. If it's like your first minute, use whatever you need. If it's your like 1000th time doing Pilates, still do whatever you need. Yep. So another way to go down, more difficult, arms forward, and you look down, float the tail up, and you imprint your spine down. Pilates wanted us to move our spines one vertebra after the next. So you'll feel that you're working like an inch by inch the abdominal wall to release you down and then to lift you up. Exhale for the hardest parts. And usually that's where you either pick the ribs up or lower them down. And we take it down again. So rolling back here. Take a break if you need it. This is a lot of deep core. And maybe if you're using the band, you only go down part way. And then you come up, right? You don't need to burn out in your first, class. I want you to love this as much as I do. So here we go. Rolling back again. Feet are grounded. Heels are down, toes are curved up. Hold down, try to curve your back. The shoulders can curve a little bit forward as the chest sinks. Come to the upper up curl, and then we're lifting the head. Exhale to come up and come all the way up to sitting. Did you feel that? Good. That's great. And next we're going into what we call hundreds, which starts at that upper up curl. If you feel like it's too much for your neck, I didn't think about, can I just have the ball for a sec? Thank you. You can always take the ball behind your back here, about where the brow line is. And then when you roll back, you can sort of lean into it and it will support you in the upper curl for a lot of these exercises. So that's useful if you're just beginning or if you tend to have neck tension and strain. Thanks, Joy. Okay, so here we go back into hundreds. What hundreds means is we're gonna pump the arms up and down, supposedly 100 times, but I don't count. And you can rest when you need to. So even 10 is good if you need to rest. So here we go. Heels dig down, same thing that we just did. You curve yourself down. You can use the ball behind you if you feel like that's a good idea for you today. Come to your upper up curl. Let's pull the knees into tabletop. This will be your beginning position as you pump the arms here at your side up and down. So inhale for 5 beats and exhale for 5 more. 10 sets would officially make 100. Like I said, I'm a little flexible on this. And if this isn't enough work in your low abs, you would take the legs up and maybe bring them forward and down. There's all kinds of variations that you do. If, on the other hand, you feel like it's a lot for your neck, you could bring one hand behind your head and then pump with one arm, and then you could switch the arms and pump there. Lots of variations, lots of modifications so that we meet you where you are today. You breathe into this, try to lift the head high, feel that in your upper abdominals, and then squeeze the legs together and take the legs out to your working level. So you feel your low abs working, but you don't feel your back arch. You're gonna breathe here, 2 more breaths. Breath in, exhale and out. And 1 more. Of course, you rest when you need to. It's your body, not mine. And then we fold the knees in. So what I'm saying is you know best, right? And I can help you, but you need to determine when you need to rest and when you need to push. And I'll provide modifications for both of those things. Anyway, so we already did roll back. If you wanted to do roll up, it's just a slightly more difficult version where you would extend the legs forward, take the arms up to the ceiling. Again, you could use the bare bands around your feet. And we bring the arms up, shoulders down, lift your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, pull forward, and curl the waist back as you bend forward over your legs. Your body makes a horseshoe shape on the mat. And then you would go back down again and continue to the floor. I'm just going to help somebody out here in the class. Go down slowly, take your time. Work your way down, and then you can lift up again. Going up and round your back forward. Breathe through this for sure. So sometimes you're actually doing great with the band. If you want a little bit more support, just leave it like traditional Pilates studios, the professional mats are heavier than these, obviously. And we have straps for the feet. So we don't expect people to be able to lift until they're like strong intermediate clients without an assist. So please use what you need to use to make yourself successful in this and feel the work. All right, so then once we come down, we're going to grab a fair band here and place the band around your right foot so that ankle weights would come off. And here, get a good grip on the band, roll yourself down into the mat, and then we'll lift the leg up to the ceiling. Elbows go forward so that your neck is long and soft here. And we can do a point flex of the foot, so the band's around the ball of the foot and the top of the arch. When you lift the heel, try to drop down through your sits bone and feel that stretch, not only in the calf, but also in the hamstring at the back of the thigh. And we'll end up with a soft point. And we're going to circle the leg. So as you inhale, you bring the right leg across the left, keeping the right hip down, and then reach the leg low. It goes out to the side, externally rotating, and comes up to the ceiling in neutral at the top. So goal here to stretch the leg, but also goal here to keep the pelvis level. So we're not rocking the hips from one side to the other. That means as the leg crosses over to the left, the right side is heavy, press to the upper arm, press to the hip, lengthen through both legs, and as you spiral the leg out to the left, to the right, sorry, the left side of the body gets heavier. So you reach and you pull back at the same time. We call that opposition. And that's one of the reasons Pilates is known for letting people get strong with beautiful elongated muscles and not really bulking up. So we reach out around and up to the sky. Every circle is one breath, short inhale, and then a long exhale. At the top of the movement, you not only feel the hamstring stretch, you're also going to feel the abdominal wall contraction. That's good. Pause here and we reverse. Externally rotate, the leg is out to the right. Exhale forward and around. Pivot from your elbow. Try to keep the wrist straight. And the forearm and the hand work on the same diagonal as the leg and the straps. We breathe through this, really stretch. And the leg is rotating on the socket as we go. That's the most functional way to do a leg circle. It rotates externally as it goes to the side, and it turns internally as it crosses over the body. And it's back in a neutral position at the top. Now here, let's pause, and we're taking both ends of the band in your right hand. If you need to have both hands on the band, that's an option. Rotate the leg externally. Now hold the left hip down. Maybe take your hand on the left hip bone, and bring the right leg out to the side without tipping the pelvis. Hold the body steady on the mat. And we rock the leg slowly. Just bounce it a little bit in the strap towards your shoulder and away. Again, you're opening at the inner thigh, but you're also working into your right arm. And we're working into the left side of the body, preventing it from tipping off the ground. Exhale to pull the leg up to the ceiling, switch hands now. The left hand holds the strap on the right foot, and this time as you cross the leg over, you have the option, you can keep the hip down, but then if that feels good, bring the hip up, reach out long through the foot to the opposite wall, and you extend your right arm and turn your head to look over those fingertips as they reach for the far wall there. Now from here, pull the right foot a little closer to your left shoulder, and now rotate the leg internally so that the knee and the toes point down, working from the thigh instead of from the foot. Right, so we're rotating the upper leg bone in order to point the knee slightly down and notice this gives you a bigger stretch across the glute and more rotation in your spine. Exhale, we unwind. So you come down from your left shoulder to the waistline, to the right glute, to lift the leg up to the ceiling. Now pull the leg back up to the ceiling, give yourself more stretch in the back of the leg, bend your knee as necessary so the stretch is in the belly of the muscle, not so much behind the knee. Stretch it if you can though. And then fold the knee tight into your chest, the band comes off, embrace the knee in. If knees are tricky, you would hold onto the back of the thigh and not close the knee joint completely. Again, you'll know what's right for your body, and you can always ask me after class too. And then let's slide the right leg forward. Now this is the magical part. Shake out your legs. And then just feel the difference between the right side and the left side, both in the hip, but also in the length of the leg, its weight. It's about a rotation. And check out your back too on the right side compared to the left. Yeah. Want to acknowledge what happened. And of course, let's move on to help the left side feel better because it's asking for help now. So we're going to pull the left foot in, place the band on the foot, ball of the foot, and the beginning of the arch. And then lift the foot up high to the ceiling. Elbows slide forward so the shoulders move away from your ears. And you can just start with a couple of point and flex of the feet, heel ball toe and toe ball heel. Articulating the foot. Have enough tension on the strap for support. And we end with a soft point. And now we circle. Inhale, and the left leg moves across to the right. Feel that stretch in the outer hip and the outer thigh. Go low with the leg, spiral externally, come around slowly in a curve and up to the sky. So you're drawing a beautiful circle in the air, and you're reaching further and further out into the foot with every single repetition. If your foot was a jet and it had a jet trail, right, you would see that white smoky cloud coming behind it in a spiral. With every circle, you reach a little further out and pull back a little deeper into the mat with your hips. Even the upper body is trying to stay level here on the ground. The arms assist with that. So Pilates, all exercises involve the whole body, even when it looks like it's mainly about the legs or the arms or whatever. Really, everything should be working. Pilates realize that everything is connected, and it's a waste to just focus on only one thing. We want to have an efficient kind of exercise where you just exercise enough for your body to feel completely relaxed and strong, and then move on with the rest of your life. So then we come up to the top, and let's reverse. Out to the left with the left leg, exhale, bring it low, drag it across to the right, hold that left glute and hip heavy, lift the foot up, light as a feather, and then you reach again. Push out into the band. We're trying to stretch the band to its furthest extent and reach here again. Yeah, as the band has rolled into like a little narrow cord, you probably want to pull the knee in and then take the band wide on the foot again. It'll give you more feedback and also more support that way. Now let's hold the leg at the top. Take both ends of the band in your left hand and open the leg out to the left. And rock the leg here a little bit to the side. Now, if you're really tight in the hamstrings, you might even bend the knee. Hold the right side grounded, try not to tip. We want to feel that work in your center as well as in the inner thigh. Exhale to lift the leg up to the ceiling. And now we switch hands. The right hand holds the double strap. Extend the left arm out, look at that hand, and cross the leg over, tipping the hip, the waist, the ribs, not the shoulder blade. Pull the leg back to the right shoulder and then spiral it internally. You rotate the thighs so the knee and the toes point down. And you're feeling that stretch not only across the upper thigh, but also into the glute and the low back. And probably across the front of the chest too. Exhale, we lift the leg, we pull the hip down, and we bring it up to the ceiling and then pull it back, giving yourself that stretch in the back line of the leg. And now fold the knee into your chest. The band comes off to the side. Embrace the knee in. Again, remember, either hold the shin, or if that's problematic for the knee, hold the thigh. Give it a little tug here. And then you can slide that leg forward, shake out both legs. And with any luck, both legs feel like equally relaxed, equally long. So when you come up, you won't be walking in circles around campus. That'd be embarrassing to say the least. All right, so now to come up, using our core, pull the right knee into your chest and wrap your hands around the back of the thigh. Then you pull the left leg into your chest and lift the left foot up to the ceiling. Elbows wide. Lift the head, chin to chest, look at your midline, and push the legs forward. You rock forward and up to a sitting position. using your breath and your core. Hey, good. Very nice. All right. So here we're going to go into rolling like a ball. You can take your ball between your thighs, slide your hips forward to only 1/3 of your mat. This is a rolling exercise, so you definitely want to be sure when you go back that your spine is comfortable. If it isn't, stop immediately, go get more pads, go underneath you, more yoga mats or the orange mats or the cushions. And with this one too, you never roll on your neck, right? So we're going to start with the edges of the feet together, hands to your shins. If it's your first minute doing this exercise, you might want to take your hands to the thighs, a little easier. And then I'm going to demo that way actually for the first one. So you curl the tail up, you rock back towards your sacrum. You're at a balance point here with your feet in the air. You're going to find that balance and look down at your belly. Keep the C curve as you curl the tail up to roll just to your shoulder blades, foot in the air. Exhale, come back up where you started. Yeah, you have to pretend you're 6 years old, maybe 5, right? So look down, lift the tail up, roll here, and exhale forward and up. And again, if it's not comfortable, extra padding will help. And if you need it, like particularly at the sacral area, you let me know. You can also go to your hands to your shins if that's working well for you. Elbows wide and forward, that moves the blades apart on your back so that your back is rounder. Pull back, over to the shoulder blades, come right back up on the exhale. And everyone just do 1 or 2 more. Massage out your back from the top to the bottom, then the bottom to the top. And we go through one last time. Then from here, we'll do just the first one in the ab series. So with this, the single leg stretch, you're taking your right hand on the right shin, right above the ankle, the left hand on the right shin, right below the knee. And then you pick that leg up, push the leg into your arms, reach out long through the other leg, and slowly curve back to your upright curl, pull the knee in tight to your body, elbows wide. You're in that upright curl, looking down your nose at your abs. Now inhale, we switch the legs. Outside hand goes to the ankle, opposite hand crosses over. And we inhale, we pull the right leg in tight. And then the left, you're pushing up with the shin into your hand. You're pushing down with the hand into the shin to firm up the arms to get the connection into your abs. Maintain the upright curl unless you need to rest your head down, in which case you might take the legs higher towards the ceiling. We pull one in tight, you stretch the other leg out and away. The leg stays in its own track, they never cross over, they never flail out to the side either. We're going to end up with one more set. As the right leg goes forward, pull the left leg in. Now pull the right leg in to beat the left one and lay your head down. And turn your head easy from side to side. Just releasing your neck. And then we'll lower the feet and slide them forward to stretch out the abs. We'll also bring the arms overhead. Just feel that reach, that lengthen. Now we're coming up, doing a roll up to transition into spine stretch. So we lift the arms, weight in the shoulders, start to lift the head, neck, and chest. Exhale to come up and dive over your legs. Legs together will give you a little more support. Diving over here, head hands down, and then stack your spine from the bottom to the top. Okay, for spine stretch, the legs are open, a little wider than your hips. If you're tight here in your low back and your hamstrings, you elevate your hips, you sit on a yoga block or two. And the way you tell that you're tight is that when you sit upright, if your back like buckles back here and there's like a flat spot here right above the sacrum, you're feeling tightness in the back line. You want to sit upright on your sit bones, maybe bend your knees slightly, or elevate your hips. Now the arms go forward, parallel to the ground. Push lightly down with the arms and lift the heart, eyes on the horizon. We look down the nose, tipping the chin to the chest, and then leave the shoulders where they are as you bring the head forward to stretch the neck. 7 vertebrae there, try to feel them all move, and then we bring the back of the skull forward like someone's pulling you here at the occipital ridge to dive out, over, and down with the head to the space between your knees. Stretch your back. 1 vertebra slides at a time into this curved spine. It's like you're a horseshoe on your side. And then we stack the spine, we sink down to the tail, and we retract. If you're zipping your back up an imaginary wall behind you, come all the way up, and the arms are parallel to the legs, parallel to the ground. And again, look down your nose, tip your chin, move your neck, then keep going, out, over, and down in an arc. like your body's a wave coming up out of the ocean and onto the beach. You go forward and down, dive here. Now you notice this isn't just hip flexion. You have a C curve in your back. And then you press down with your legs and you start to stack yourself up on top of the pelvic floor, on top of your sits bones. You rise and look straight ahead with a soft gaze. One more, looking down. We exhale all the way out, over, and down in this curve. Pulling away from that imaginary wall, rounding forward, sinking low. Feel the stretch in your back wherever you most need it. Try to pull the waist back, the belly back into that part of the spine that feels tight. And just stay here, hold onto your legs, and breathe. And then we can stack the spine coming up. All right, from here, we are going to practice a little bit of the side kick series. So you're going to lay on your side. You may want to turn your mat to face me or not. It's up to you, depending on if you've done this before, or you can just watch some of the people around you. So we're going to lounge out here on your sideline. Lounge is really an exaggeration. You're not going to be lounging. So think about your head, your shoulders, and your sacrum and tail being on one line here, like that part of your body is against the wall, and then bring your legs forward about 25, 30, 35 degrees. Flex both feet. Now, as you press your, you could take your elbow out a little further so you're not up so high. And then you pull the elbow in towards your armpit to like firm up this bottom line. The top hand presses in front of the chest. And as you spread the hand open and the fingers open, push into the mat, you'll feel that connection into your upper rib cage and your upper abdominals. You want to feel that. Our goal is to stay balanced here on the side as we pick up the top leg. That's not hard, right? You're still balanced. Just hip height with the foot. And we kick the leg forward, bring it forward, and pulse 1, 2, point the foot, and then push the leg back and reach back 1, 2. So you're staying perfectly still on your sideline. You're not leaning back when the leg is forward. You're not leaning forward with the chest when the leg is back. Push your bottom leg into the mat. And then you go forward again. Flex and double beat forward. Your foot, everything that's on the ground pushes into it to help you stabilize your body. Let's do one more and try to really pull your head in one direction, your tail and the feet in the opposite direction so that you stabilize here. Let's go back one last time, opening the hip, using the glute to push the leg back here and hold the body steady, and then come back to center and we lower the leg. Good work. And now we will pick up the top leg from the hip socket here at the hip crease. We're rotating the leg internally and externally. So spiral around its own axis. It's like one of those chickens on a rotisserie you see at the store, right? So it's spinning around its axis. Keep reaching out through the foot. And then we end with the external rotation, which means toes and knees point up, and then lower the leg down, soft point with the top foot. The bottom foot is still flexed. Now you press with the hand, point to lift the leg high, flex the foot, and reach out long, heel to heel. Drag the legs apart, you point up and flex down. Point to lift, flex, and close. Now reverse. You go with a straight leg up, a flexed foot, point the foot, and reach it out and down. Drag the legs apart, and then push the air out from between your legs, like you're squeezing the air out of a balloon, and then lift and point all the way down. Now here, we're bending the knee up towards the ceiling as you slide the foot in. Now pull the knee to the shoulder, extend the foot up to the ceiling, flex the foot, and the leg goes out and down. So point the foot, knee to the sky, as much as you can without pulling the hip back. Knee to the shoulder, lift the foot, flex, and reach it long. One more like this. We're working this outside line of the leg and also working your stability here through your whole core. And now reverse. Go up with the flexed foot, point the foot, bend the knee, tap the toe down and skate it out. Go long and flex the top foot. It lifts, points and bends, and then skim it along the bottom leg. Feel both legs get longer and lift it one more time. Point and bend and all the way forward here. Now lift the leg hip height. Remember that's only here, it's not any higher. And then we're drawing small circles in the air with a soft foot. Circling around and up. Draw a circle about the size, I don't know, it's maybe apple-sized orange, maybe a very tiny watermelon, somewhere in there. And then we're going to reverse, circle again. So you can feel you're working this muscle here, your glute medius, below, and the outside line of your legs. Rest when you need to. I've seen strong men and women cry, tears in their eyes when they do this. So just know, it's like these are muscles that most people don't train, right? And now we're going into big circles called Rajashan. So you lift the leg some point for your top foot and you draw a larger circle in the air. You bring it forward, rotate it externally, lift it. Now here the challenge is not only to lift the leg, but also to keep the body steady. Good work. And then you pull it forward, pull it up, exhale, all the way around. Now really pull the head out away from the leg, and that's going to help you stabilize your center. Bring it forward, reach out and back and around. We come center and reverse. We push the leg back, rotate externally, lift it forward and around. Ooh, bottom leg to the floor. Think of it glued to the ground here. And reach it back. Appreciate the enthusiasm though. So take it back and lift here, around and forward. Perfect. Okay, onto our stomachs now. We're doing a little glute work as you go onto your belly. Overlap your hands and you can rest your forehead on your stacked hands. Now we take the legs and turn out, heels together, toes apart, and you're going to press the pelvic girdle, the hip bone press into the mat. As you lift the right thigh off the ground, you're pushing the hip bone into the floor there. Try not to bend the knee, try to really lift the thigh from the glute, and exhale, lower down. Now the left. So there's two things here that make you either successful or not successful. One is having length in the hip flexors, right? Because if your hip flexors are tight, it's going to be hard to pick up the thigh. And the other would be, the other thing that affects it would be the strength of your glute. And lower the leg down. So we're alternating, right leg up. Exhale down. And you might think of dropping the tail a little bit as you pull the leg up, just to keep the low back long. And really press the front of the pubic bone into the mat as you lift the leg up to keep that back elongated. Left leg up here. And exhale, lower it. Then we'll sit back into a child's pose. Hands by your armpits. Pull back. Again, only if your knees are okay. If your knees are tricky, lay on your back and pull your knees into your chest. But you're dropping the head low. You're curving the spine, sinking the tail down. Breathing into your back or any place else you're tight. And then stack your spine from the bottom to the top. And we're turning around to do the other side. Okay, so you stretch out here, arch your full leg. If it's problematic for your neck to be this way, you can always, of course, extend the arm, lay your head down, and maybe put a little pad here so that your neck is in line with the rest of your spine. But otherwise, we're up like so. And we're pulling that bottom elbow slightly in to engage the muscle here into the armpit, your lat, and your pecs. Legs forward and reach the top leg a little longer. Try to line up your heels, line up the soles of your feet, and you'll feel your waistline lift slightly off the ground. Good. And then, of course, smile so that if you relax your face, the rest of the body relaxes too. So we pick up the top leg, hip bone height, and we inhale to swing that leg forward, reach out through the heel, pulse 1, pulse 2. It's a little reach, a beat. And then you take the leg back and open the hip, push back 1, 2, without leaning forward. Flex the foot to go forward here, double pulse. Watch the leg's gonna wanna drop. Try to keep it the same height from the ground and really put weight into the bottom leg, push it into the floor. Do that again, flex double pulse forward. Reach it back through the tail and the sits bone. Point the foot, take it back, and pulse again, opening the hip, using your glute. Let's do one more here. Look straight ahead. I know it's tempting to look at the foot, but after you've seen it once, you don't really need to see it again. We know it's still there, yeah? And then come back to center and lower the leg down. Now we lift the leg up, reach it out, and you rotate from the hip socket here at the crease, and you spiral the leg internally and externally, holding it on its own axis. You just rotate the leg from the thigh, so the Thigh muscles are spiraling here to move the leg. Good. And we actually rotate to end and lower the leg down. Soft point with the top foot, bottom foot still flex. Point to go up, flex, and reach long and down. Drag your space open, squeeze it shut with control. Inhale, rise. Exhale, close. Now reverse. You go up, point the foot and lengthen down. Flex to pull it up, keep the leg externally rotated, point and reach it away. One more, flex to lift, point all the way down. Now the bending one, so we bend the knee up to the ceiling, pull the knee into the shoulder, extend the leg up, flex the foot and reach it long and down. Point, glide it in, knee to shoulder, foot to sky, flex and reach it down. One more like this, point, slide, lift, extend, flex and down. Now we reverse. Straight leg, flex foot up in the air, point the foot, bend the knee in, aim it for your ear, slide the foot all the way down, reach, 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 flex and lift. Point and bend, exhale, all the way down, right on your sideline, right on your side seam, up, point, bend, and last time forward and down. Now lift the legs up high, small circles around to the 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 5, 6, 7, 8, reversing, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reach long and lower the leg down. Last one, I know that's music to your ears, and point the foot. We circle the leg forward, rond de jambe, up, around, back, and through center. So the size of the movement does not only depend on your flexibility, it depends on your ability to stabilize your body here on your mat, on your sideline, which is so much harder than stabilizing it on your back, right? It's like you're on a balance beam, like 40 feet up in the air. Let's see if you can hold that body still. Let's do one more circle in this direction. Not rocking forward or back, and now reverse. Take it back, forward, around. Maybe it's just me, I'm afraid of heights like that. So take it here, up in the air, circle around and down. We'll do 2 more. So that working in all different angles around your leg, into your glutes, and also into your center, into your core, into your arms. All right, that's good. So we are going to come up to sitting. So first roll onto your stomach, sit back in your child's pose again. Round your back, stretch it out, tight and slow. And then stack your spine coming up. And we're going to end with another rolling exercise called seal. So here, arms between your legs, wrap your hands around your ankles. Lift up. If you have to roll, go for it. Jen, so nice to have you back in class. Into your abs, and we open and close the legs, clapping 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Inhale to roll back to your shoulder blades, clap once, and then come back and clap 3 times. Eventually, you're going to clap 3 times with your hips in the air and 3 times while you're sitting on your glutes. So after clapping 3 times, you roll back, you lift the hips, clap, and then come forward. Just watch your head, keep looking at your abs. And then how about one last one to end? Go back here, tail in the air, clap, and then move forward. And then we are good for today. Great job. I'm so happy to see all of you.